How's it going, meatheads? Back with you for another video to pump up your day with some motorcycle content. We're back down in my little riding spot with the new Legends on the bike. I just filled up quick. 203 on 5 gallons. Yeah, I would say that's pretty dang good gas mileage. So, get out of here and get to it. As I said in my last video, I have purchased and installed this set of Legends Revo A's on my Road Glide, and we are, that's a cop. Please don't go down my way, please. Alright, so back to what I was saying. So I bought these Legends Revo A's for my Road Glide, have them installed, got them all set up properly and everything, and I've really enjoyed them so far over these little bumps and cracks and all that I've gone over like such. Oh yeah, super easy, super comfortable, definitely a major improvement over stock as far as like taking over bumps and cracks in the road. But the ultimate test, and I don't suspect that this suspension will have any trouble with this, but I went down to the most curvy section of road that I know of in the area, which is this little county road that goes down to Newton Hills State Park, and we're gonna let this suspension speak for itself and see how good it actually feels where it matters in the corners. Oh yeah. Alright, you're not getting out of the way as soon as I'd like. Thank you. Now, like I said in my other video as well, I'm still on setting 3. So the Revo A's allow you to adjust the rebound dampening, and you just have a little dial on there that has 5 settings. Setting 1 being like the softest setting, and number 5 being the most stiff for rebound dampening, and I have it on setting 3, so like nice middle ground. And I would say that it feels great on setting 3, like I said in my previous video. So yeah, it's going to be a lot more of just finding the curves and ripping through them, and then feeling how stable the bike is instead of it being so stiff in the rear where it just doesn't compress at all. Because one of the things that you want your suspension to do when you come into a corner is to set in a little bit so it bites into the corner better. Whereas if you have a nice stiff, or if you have too stiff of a suspension set up, you end up kind of every little nook or bump in that curve is gonna start squirreling your wheels, if that makes any sense. The bike does definitely feel a tad bit more responsive. Not necessarily like, I don't know how to say it, but it just feels like it handles inputs a little bit better with the new rear suspension. And I'm sure when I do front suspension, it will increase it by like tenfold as well. But the way it is right now, it feels really good, really responsive. The confidence in corners is even really nice. or even better, I should say. There's the dead animal we'll have to remember on the way back. Big old rickety raccoon. Oh yeah. That little section there has a lot of little dips and divots and stuff from the road sliding out down that hill, and it ate it up like it was nothing. And I'm sure, as from your guys' perspective, my stabilization and my overall head movement is probably a lot less compared to the stock suspension, which most of my previous videos, that's all I had was the stock rear suspension. So I guarantee you my video quality will look a lot smoother and not so jostled. Nobody. This corner deceptively has a lot of gravel in it, so we're gonna try and not go too crazy. Yeah, see there's some tinks and tingly tinks. I would have to say, between the cam and this Legend suspension, man, that's a close 1 and 2 right there. I don't know which one goes above the other. Me personally, now, I've had the cam for a while. I've had it since the beginning of this year, basically the beginning of this riding season, based on the fact that the Legend suspension was cheaper overall than the cam upgrade. I gotta say, this Legends is probably the greatest upgrade I've done to this bike, just for the fact that it was easy to do on my own. It's seen the most improvement from stock, as well as the comfort factor. Oh, that bump back there would like skip me in the air if I was going in at that speed. It just was like thank you, sir, may I have another? Oh yeah, and that one's still a doozy, but like I was going 70 over that and I just barely lifted up out of the seat. Guys, I could see, again, I said it in the last one, I could see why people do suspension first. Now I get it. I was always that person that was like, oh, I don't really think that there's really that bad with the stock suspension, and here I'll eat my own words. I was to buy a brand new bike, I would have to have at least rear suspension revamped on it. Now that I have seen the light, that is how poor Harley-Davidson stock suspension is, I don't think that I could own a brand new bike without throwing a good set of rear suspension on. Harley-Davidson, you really need to get your heads out of your butt and really rethink how you do your stock suspension, because this is night and day better. Actually, you know what? I want to just go this way right away instead of going in and circling back. Yeah, this road is far more beat up than the other one. You can kind of tell that I'm still not extremely confident ripping over it, but nonetheless, I would say that that's still a lot quicker than I would go through there if I had the stock suspension on, that's for sure. I think that's going to do it for me for this video, guys. I appreciate you for watching, and thanks for sticking around for the whole video. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. We are getting so close to hitting that 1,000 subscriber like roof ceiling that I am like, I can taste it. I really want to get there before 2022 starts. I appreciate you all for watching. I hope to see you next time in another video. But until then, guys, keep the shiny side up. Peace.